Outstanding team effort. I want to thank our coaches for working so hard last week and the taking the next step for our team. We made some improvement. We're not there yet. We got to continue to stay hungry, continue to work on the things that we identify that we have to fix, and we have to stay hungry this week. This is a very challenging opponent in Mississippi State and a hostile crowd starting SEC play. I want to thank our great Tiger fans. That Tiger walk was exceptional, and the energy that you provide to me and to our team, I want to thank you for it. And our student body, the whole game. You guys are outstanding, and we really appreciate you guys. A couple of things that we worked on last week, and we did improve. Our tempo has gotten better. It's not where it needs to be. We need to continue to improve. Explosive plays, we had 12, which was really good. We improved in our protection. We only have one sack, but we're still not there yet. We're going to be challenged again this week. I thought Max Johnson played a good game. You saw Deion Smith, Jack Best, and Corey Connor, the same things we've been seeing in camp. They finally got a chance to do it in Tiger Stadium. I'm happy for them, and I'm happy for the whole offense. They improved a lot. On defense, we want to start fast. We want to strike blocks. We want to cause turnovers. We want to put pressure on the quarterback. We did that. We caused 2 turnovers, had a touchdown. I thought we played very good in spots. We still gave up some missed assignments, some deep balls. We have to fix that in a hurry. The things that we're working on this week must improve this week. Continue to improve in tempo. Continue to improve in our run game. I thought Corey Connor made some outstanding runs. Some were open holes, some he did on his own. We have to block better. We have to come up with better schemes. And pass protection needs to continue to improve. We're going to be challenged this week. Arnett is a very, very good defensive coordinator. On defense, obviously the crossing routes, the wheel routes, the pick routes, all the things that we saw last year, we've seen them again on film, and they're very good at it. Special teams, punt return. We're losing a lot of hidden yardage. We got to catch all balls. We got to do a better job of catching the football before it hits the ground. We got to do a better job of holding up guys on the line of scrimmage so our punt returner has room to at least get 10 yards. We're going to work on that hard this year. On Mississippi State, obviously Mike Leach runs the air raid, led by quarterback Will Rogers, 2 outstanding wide receivers in Jaden Valley and Makai Polk, but they're all over the place. They got athletes all over the place. They know how to throw the football. They know how to dissect defenses. They're very good. On defense, as I said, Zach Arnett, I interviewed him last year. A very talented young coach, runs a 4.25, has unusual ways to get to the 3-3 stacks, makes it very challenging in protection. He has a very good defensive line led by Tyra Sweet and Jaden Crumley. Mississippi State is going to be a big challenge. Obviously, an SEC team playing in a hostile crowd. Any questions?
Ed Wilson Alexander from The Advocate. You were, I think, worried about Andre Anthony after the
Yeah.
game. What's his status now?
I just had a conversation with him. And let me say this about Andre Anthony. What an outstanding Tiger. What an outstanding leader. I've coached Andre. Andre has been with me since the beginning here. I absolutely love him. He has a season-ending injury. We just discussed it. But it's sad news. It really is, because he's having a good season. He's going to be unavailable this season, but he's going to be with us. He's going to deal with it, and what the next step is for him, we're going to find out.
Hey, Coach, Matt Trent, WBRZ. And I've got 2 quick ones in that same vein. I know Austin Deculus got hurt, but walked off on his own free will. I mean, is he good to go for this week?
Yeah, he's going to be good. He'll be fine.
Okay.
I call him Iron Man. He gets a little injury and he bounces back about 2 plays later. Austin played more snaps than anybody here at LSU. Very tough, very good Tiger.
And another one is, I know Max, after the game on Saturday, said that a huge reason for the passing attack being so successful is Kayshon Boutte moving to the slot.
Right.
I just want to ask what the philosophy leading up to that was, and when you look back at it on film, how did him in that position make everything?
Well, we want to get him the ball quick, and we want to put him on a nickel and see if we can get him the ball up the middle, see if we can get him the ball on the bubble screens, which is the slots closer. It was just different ways to get him the ball in the fly sweep, get him involved early. But you know what? It ended up opening up the outside for us. I don't think we had planned that, to be honest with you. They singled up those guys on the outside, and those guys on the outside had success.
Coach, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. I know in the past you've mentioned going with the hot hand. Do the past two games for Connor translate to more carries?
Say that again now?
I know in the past you've mentioned going with the hot hand. Do the past two games for Connor translate to more carries for him?
Oh, sure. You know, we want to get those guys. You know, Monty Goodman's going to be healthy. Ty Davis is still our starter, but, you know, we want to get the ball in our best players' hands. And the more snaps they can get, the better off we're going to be.
Hey, Coach, this is Glenn West with LSU Country. Obviously, just because of the nature of Mississippi State's offense, you know, they're going to put as many receivers out there as they possibly can. Just curious as to what the defensive approach might change. Do you guys envision maybe dropping some more guys back to kind of help with the passing game coverage, or how do you kind of envision that going this week?
Well, that's something I can't tell you, Glenn. I mean, it's, it's something, you know, we have a plan. We've been looking at Mississippi State ever since we couldn't stop them last year, and it was embarrassing. I was embarrassed as a coach, and I take full responsibility. So, yes, we have some plans to do some different things, but obviously I can't tell you.
Hey, Sheldon Nichols with the Advocate. With Andre Anthony out, do you expect Alligator to be back this week? And
Yeah.
Also, BJ Ojulari. He's got more sacks already than he did in 10 games last year. Where has he made the biggest jump, and what's his biggest strength?
First of all, I got to give Andre Carter the credit. He has come in here as a defensive line coach, brought energy, is coaching those guys. You know, he had 80.5 sacks. He's teaching them some stuff. He's challenging them every day on the little things, showing them how he did things. He's being a great leader, provides a lot of energy. So Andre has done a good job, a great job of coaching those guys. You know, BJ's playing more. He's playing the right end. We're playing more of an attacking style defense. We got him wider. Last year we had him right on the tackle, which is not conducive to making plays in the backfield. We got him 2 foot outside the tackle and rushing every time, so that's helping. Yes, Ali Gay will be back, and then we moved Mason Smith to defensive end, so you're going to see a 3-man rotation between Mason, Ali, and B.J. Ojulari.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, this is Shay Dixon. One, I'm sorry if I missed this. Do you expect Jay Ward to be back? And two, how much is this game, or at least do you think is on the mind of the players who played in that game a year ago, specifically on defense?
Sure.
A bit of a revenge game for them.
Well, you know, I don't know about a revenge game, but we have our antennas up. We know how good they are. And we know when we got in the game, but we weren't expecting to get we got burnt. I mean, we just couldn't cover, and we just didn't have the answers. So hopefully this year we do have the answers. I don't think it was our players' fault at all. They just weren't in good position. They were confused. Hopefully we fixed that. And I think Jay Ward's going to play. We have to see how the week goes, but we need him. And hopefully he plays this week. We're going to need him.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach, of course, everyone's already asked about the rebounding from the 2020 loss to Mississippi State, but what have you seen specifically that gives you confidence that this game won't be like last year?
Well, you know, I can't tell you that I've seen anything that gives me confidence that it won't be like last year. I'm not going to say that. My antennas are still up. We got a great week of preparation ahead. We have to get better. You know, we still have some misassignments there. We still have some busts. Crossing routes have given us a problem. We still have some guys loose in coverage. So those things need to be fixed. They're fixed in a hurry because I know they're going to find it. So do I believe that we're going to play well? Yes. Do I believe that we're going to get better? Yes, but we still have a lot of things to fix.
Right, and just a second question. A lot of young guys stepped up. Not just Corey Kiner.
Yeah.
How much do you foresee the young receivers, stepping up and taking more snaps and possibly starting roles going forward?
Yeah, we're gonna play them. We'll play them all. We have eight, 9 receivers that can catch the ball, and when you go hurry up and you run more snaps, we're gonna need all these guys to play. So, it doesn't matter to me who starts. Guys are gonna get snaps. Guys are gonna play. Hopefully we can spread the ball around and everybody's happy because we do have a lot of receivers that deserve to catch the ball.
Hey, Ed Daniels in New Orleans. Couple of questions, please. Do you think Yeah, I know you had a bust, it looked like, in coverage in the game on Saturday. Do you think for the most part that you have that fixed? And two, how critical is it in this league to win that first game and get off to a good
Yeah,
start?
it's very critical. And, we have no room for error. And I knew that going into the last game, and it's the same this game. And we're going on the road. We're playing our first SEC game. And do I believe we solved most of those problems? Yes, I do believe we have different answers. We have different defenses. But you know what? We didn't answer the first challenge. The first challenge against UCLA, we didn't play very good. And we've gotten a little bit better. But there's a lot of things that we have to continue to fix, and we are going to be challenged this Saturday.
And one of those receivers, obviously Jack Besh, had a huge game. You'll bring him in as a traditional wide receiver after shift him to tight end when that position got kind of thin. But is that position almost in what he's doing kind of fit his personality, chipping defensive ends and that kind of thing?
Yeah, it does. I think Jake has done a good job of finding out what he can do. You know, Jack was one of these guys, just like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson. You know, he was the 3-star, but we all liked him. And what a great player, man! And he has the heart of a tiger, and he's going to do a lot of great things for us. He brings a lot of energy to our team. He's a winner.
Hey, Coach, good morning. A couple of quick questions for you. Mississippi State, it's not the biggest stadium in the league, but it seems like they've done a really good job of concentrating that crowd noise and making it a tough place to play. What kind of challenges does that present for you?
Yeah, you know, we're going to play music all week, and you know, they play, you know, they get those speakers really loud there. Their fans are involved. It's going to be 11 o'clock in the morning. We got to wake our guys up and get going. But yes, it does provide a challenge. They get those cowbells going. It is one of the loudest stadiums we're going to play in.
It's a game by game process. You're only focused on Mississippi State, but you got that 8 p.m. kickoff against Auburn in Tiger Stadium. If you do well, if you come back to that, I mean, the next 2 weeks, I mean, how critical could they be to turning this thing the way you want it to go?
You know, we take it 1 week at a time. You're right, but you know we're zeroing in on Mississippi State, and more than Mississippi State is about LSU, and continue to fix LSU. There's a sense of urgency to fix us. I know we have good players. I know we have a good staff. We got to continue to put everything together to be the type of team we want to be.
Hey, Coach. Just, I guess, going back and looking at the film, I mean, you guys, slid Mason over to defensive end after Andre's injury. I was curious what you guys thought of how he looked at that spot, and just what about his game makes him so unique to be able to move really all across the defensive line?
Yeah, you know, I think Mason has a chance. If you look at a prototypical left defensive end in the NFL, he's a left defensive end. That's where most of the runs go to. And you want a big defensive end to play over a tight end. And he's very athletic to play in space. So I think he has a chance to be a dominant football player there. He shows some things that are very dominant. He's a great inside rusher. He's learning how to play outside. I think he's just scratching the surface.
Yeah, and Ron Higgins, Tiger Rag. What's the next step of improvement in the evolution for Max Johnson as quarterback?
You know, I do believe the hurry up, getting our guys better acquainted to do hurry up more during the game. We still not getting lined up like we want. We still had a delay of game. We didn't call the play in soon enough. He took too much time at the line of scrimmage. Understanding protections, know when to run the ball, know when to step up in the pocket. And I think the biggest thing is locating his receivers and getting rid of the ball quick.
Hey, Ed, this is Michael Cobbler, Channel 2. I had 2 questions as well. You talk about the pass rush. How much of that is the secondary doing their part and maybe giving them that extra beat to get home?
It all works together, no question. And we tell them, hey, take away the first choice, we got the second. And a lot of times, the quarterback has not had a lot of times to throw because we have tight coverage. I think we have 2 of the best corners in America. And our coverage is improving, but we still have a ways to go. There's still some holes in there. There's still some things to fix.
On the other side of the ball, you said it last week about trying to find the perfect play versus just calling a play with it. maybe in the last 4 years, it seems like coordinators and coaches are more willing to, throw that 50-50 ball, maybe put the
Yeah.
ball at risk a little. Is that what it takes to succeed in college football and on offense this
Yeah,
time of year?
yeah, you got to take your shots. You got to beat your one-on-ones. You got to have players to beat guys on one-on-ones. There was a lot of one-on-one shots, especially on the outside. I thought Bax threw some great balls. I thought Dion caught some great balls. It's just a combination. But if you can do that, if you can beat your one-on-ones, you got a great shot of making some explosive plays, which we had 12 of them.
Coach, you mentioned that you've got obviously the best two corners in the nation. Did you think Saturday was Derek Stingley's best tackling game? I know he
Yeah.
UCLA, but do you think he really bounced back Saturday?
Yeah, you got to give him credit. Look, at UCLA, the first week he practiced with UCLA, he didn't tackle all camp. So, him missing a tackle was not his fault. He was put in a position that he hadn't done yet. And in order to tackle, you got to tackle. And Corey's been working with him on tackling. He's healthy. He did a tremendous job. Those tackles he made were great, but that's typical Derek Stingley. That's just a matter of practicing and tackling.
Ed, the early returns on this recruiting class look very good. How good do you think it is?
I really think it's our best class that we've had here. From top to bottom, they're great kids, they're great young men, outstanding players. It's very well balanced. But we're going to see. But they are showing right now it's one of the best classes we've recruited since I've been here.
Coach, I had heard last week you guys only practiced outside like 4 or 5 times since like the beginning of August.
Yeah.
How did that factor in? I know you want to get him out there and get him sweating and get him in shape. Did that kind of play any factor in leading into the year at all?
Yeah, obviously, you think about the 2:30 games that we've had here or in the swamp and at Auburn have been very hot. Obviously, I've been concerned about that. We have not been challenged yet. We haven't practiced outside like we want to practice. At the time we did practice, it was difficult on our team. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. From what I'm hearing, 11 o'clock Saturday morning, I hope it is, and 8 o'clock on Saturday night, so we should be fine.
Hey, Coach, sorry if you hadn't answered this during post-game Saturday, but just with the way Deion Smith, emerged, how much did he have to do to earn that playing role, and, what's his future looking like?
Oh, yeah, he's going to play more and perhaps start. We're going to see how the week goes. And but listen, we got a lot of guys that deserve to play, deserve to start. I think that's a day-by-day process. We do have to get him the ball more. We're not going to stop giving him the football, and he does deserve to play more.
Hey, Coach, I'm kind of curious. You mentioned you're going to be playing music all week to get ready for Mississippi State. What's on the playlist for this week?
Yeah, all those songs they play, all that stuff they play. We have cowbells, and nobody's going to have cowbells, but we're going to have it on the Doug does a great job. Our film guy, he backs up his little court with big speakers on it, plays it right behind the quarterback. It's kind of fun. Our guys enjoy it.
Coach Chester Boucher with NBC 33 here in Baton Rouge. The warm-ups this weekend, did you feel a different energy, a different vibe from your team?
Yeah, I did. Thank you for noticing that. I did. I really did. I felt it Friday night in the meeting. We had some good meetings on Friday night. I thought our coaches did a good job of getting our guys fired up. They understood that it was time for us to play LSU football, for us to play our identity. We challenged all of us. We challenged ourselves to be at our very best. And this game was about LSU. It wasn't about Central Michigan. And our guys went out and performed at a high level, but a lot higher than they did the last 2 weeks. But we still have a lot of room to go. But there was a different energy on our football team.
Coach, Steve Moulton with WZZN. I appreciate the time here today. So last year, the air raid, and I'm trying to remember your exact wording of just not as prepared as you wanted to be. So tell me about preparing for the air raid since then, and of course, getting up for game week, Coach.
Yeah, well, these route concepts that Mississippi State's going to give us, we've been practicing for a while. We have game planned Mississippi State in the summer. We looked at them. Now we looked at them again. We have adjusted certain things for Mississippi State, and we got to see if it works. It's going to be challenged. It's not going to be perfect, but there's no way that we can have the missed assignments that we had last year to be successful.
Coach, listening to you talk, it sounds like you're getting to that good spot where you have too many players that can make plays and just don't.
It's a good problem. And you know what? We're gonna need them all. You know, as the season goes by, we're gonna need them all. And listen, I was at the University of Southern California where Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and Lindell White was in the backfield, and everybody was happy. So we got to keep everybody happy. Everybody's going to get the ball, and it's about a team. It's not about any individual. That's why we say it's one team, one heartbeat, and everybody going.
Is that a deal where the competition then really takes the team to the next level because now they want it?
That's what we want. And you come to LSU, the biggest competition you should have is on that practice field. And you see it. And guys, the younger guys, we expect them to play. We tell them, the older guys understand that. We expect you to play. We expect you to compete. And a lot of them are doing it. Thank you, guys. Go Tigers.